Oh, hi, I'm Rick Green. I played Bill Smith on The Red Green Show. You may also know me from my YouTube channel, Rick Has ADHD, because Rick does. We're going to take a look at some of the old adventures with Bill, and it's going to bring back some memories for me, and I'll share a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff that got left on the cutting room floor, and then probably taken outside and trashed.
This week on Adventures with Bill, Bill wanted to show you, there's Bill now. Yeah. I wanted to show you how to build a shelter using a parachute. That's a parachute. I don't think he paid full retail for that one. Now the first job is to get the parachute open, so he's going to go up the ladder there, and he has a lot of fun, and look out, Bill, look out. Oh. Maybe that was a bad spot for the ladder, you know, in hindsight. Now we got another spot. He's hoping that the chute will open just in this. It didn't work real well, you know. So now he asked me if I just would sort of what we call a manual disenfoldment technique. It's a military kind of a move.
So this parachute, I think, was a legitimate parachute, but they can't sell parachutes, we found out, with the cords attached still. So it's just the big piece of nylon-y silk stuff. So before we could shoot anything, we had to cut lengths of cord, and then we didn't know if this was going to work, and yeah, it loops around. What happens is the wind catches it, and I mean, it was funny, but eventually for this shot and some of the other ones, it was going, and I was along for the ride really fast. And yeah, there's a kind of Indiana Jones feel to it, which is nice, dragged along behind the camera car. And now this is what I love, when we switch to the dummy, and it's obviously a dummy. Although there's a few times when I was the dummy, so to speak. But yeah, fun adventure with Bill. We got out there, and half the time was spent rigging all the lines.
Because he'd eventually brought her to a halt, and found a spot that I guess more suited his liking. And don't worry about him, he's fine. Something a little different on the adventure with Bill this week. Bill thought he'd show you that he's a bit of a sport, a bit of a natural, well, not really natural in anything, I guess, but he thought he'd show you about water skiing. I think maybe cleaning off the dock might have been, well, Anyway, he gets himself set up there. This is the way he's going to take off a little bit. Now, he wanted to explain to me the hand signals. Speed up, slow down.
So I'm giving Red the instructions here. Faster, slower, turn, go straight, left, right. And, of course, Red just, could care less.
Anyway, he's all set, throws the rope in.
And I can water ski, just not particularly well. So that worked for this. We filmed this, actually, believe it or not, in my family's cottage, which we had for 50 years. And yeah, I was not a good water skier. I don't have the world's best sense of balance, which is a little risky doing some of these things, but because there's no stunt person. And I love that they used the same shot of Red driving away. They just kept repeating it, which became part of the joke.
Really try and look a little closer for the edges. Maybe a little too close. Now he sits farther back, so he won't. And then looks good.
Well, I actually almost got up that time, so that's good.
Yeah, I think he's okay. You okay, Bill?
I believe the cameraman was in our family's other little boat, and same shot.
I felt bad. He's okay now. Now he finally figured out sit on the edge of the dock, and that way you can control it better. This is away we go. Oh boy, love the boat, love it. What he didn't notice, I guess, and I didn't either.
Now we did have a script for this, but once we got there, we just kept picking up new gags.
So we thought he'd I think he just kind of got ready for a big jolt there, but it was actually, And Bill's okay, you know. He's tied up. So we tried something kind of exciting this week. I thought Bill would show us how to go scuba diving. So he brought all the gear, and what he wanted to show me was this fancy watch he's got with, he shows you your depth and how much time you got left in your tank, and I didn't really want him to take it off, you know. He gets in this, and that's why. You know, gone. And then he had the oxygen tank, wanted to show me. Okay, so we're not going with plan A, we're going plan B, which is snorkeling rather than scuba diving, but a lot of the gear is the same, the mask and this little air hose deal. Now, first thing, you want to get a real good seal between your skin and the mask, and then you jam this up and stick it in one end in your mouth, and then Bill's showing you how the air goes in here, and this is he was inhaling and then got jammed in there, and I didn't realize that Bill was having problems.
That's actually the worst feeling when you can't breathe.
I saved his life, really.
So, yeah, here we are wrestling, and into the water I go.
Yeah, he's okay. Now he puts the big flippers out. Now, I've never done this before, so I'm just an amateur. I just sat down and put them on. But apparently there is a technique where you just step into them. They're like Bill's showing you there. But I guess, you know, with me not knowing, I was kind of making a fool out of myself. But and I wasn't going to worry about that. You know, Bill's the expert. I never claimed to know what I'm doing, you know. And this seemed unusual.
How long can this go on? Oh, and into the water it goes.
It didn't seem to bother Bill that much, so I guess he's just gonna...
I do like the endless optimism that Bill has. Oh, we got the wetsuit now, and it was a little floppy, or either that or I was a little floppy. I'm not even sure that that's a wetsuit now that I think about it.
But he's okay, so he decides he's gonna, this time, instead of jumping in, maybe climb down the ladder, which is tricky because you got he only has the one flipper to worry about, which is an advantage, I suppose. But also you should really check how tight the bolts are, you know. And he just blew water right out of his tube into my face, which made my day. Look out, Bill. And that's all right. He thought that was an accident. Now that's a diving cage. Down he goes, and whatever he finds, he puts in the cage. Then he pulls on the rope, and I haul it up. That's the idea of it. He was down there the better part of well, not more than 5 hours, I wouldn't think. Yeah, maybe. But then eventually he did pull on. He pulled on the rope, and I started all.
One of the things we used to do as kids was dive off the end and then swim back underwater and come up in between the two cribs on the dock, so it looked like your head completely vanished. Thought that was hilarious. My mom did not, so we stopped doing that.
His watch. So I mean, I was impressed with that. And he had the scuba tank in there, and there was a ladder, and he even had...
And of course, valuable treasure.
So it was a great day, but he didn't do a lot for his upper body strength. It's time for adventures with Bill. You don't worry about money with Bill. You worry more about personal injury. Well, you get the idea. Bill got us out to the Possum Arena there, and he brought some garbage cans with him, and I wasn't quite sure what he had in mind. Wanted to line these up. I thought maybe we were going to play.
So this is actually a thing where you jump over barrels and see how far you can go. I believe it's a thing. If not, we should have patented it. But line these up. And the interesting thing about this is that the falling I'm doing is, you know, it's a slight exaggeration, but I can't skate. So I may be one of the 2 or 3 people in Canada who can't skate, and my wife was actually a figure skater, so which figures. So when we came to shooting this, I was more than a little concerned because, you know, skates are sharp and I'm clumsy, and it could go wrong. Let's watch.
So he went up, got his skates on, and I just sort of stood by the barrels with the flag at the ready, waiting for my cue. And he looked a little better with the skates on. So I figured, well, all right, let's let them. Oh, well, he's back up again. He's all right. These are, I guess, are his warm-up exercises. Kind of unusual, but then Bill's. kind of guy, isn't he? And this was really not working out so well, so Bill had another plan. Now he tried shoes, oh, this is different.
By the way, I'm not a very good skier either. So they had to push me here to get me to go on the skis.
Fly up. Oh my gosh. Oh, Bill. Oh, there he is. Well, he seems all right. All I gotta do now is get him up to the end of the driveway by Tuesday. Young people do. It's called snowboarding. We're gonna try it. Doesn't seem like too much fun to me. I don't know, thanks, Bill. Don't need the ice right now. So the idea is you go down on Bill, the board. I think, are you supposed to be somehow attached to that unit before? I don't know. I mean,
So,
I've never done it.
as I said earlier, I'm not the world's best skater or skier, but I am the world's worst at snowboarding. I'd never done this before, and it took something. So there's this run down the hill, and it was difficult because I'm not good at this at all, which is part of the charm of it. But because it took me a moment to get set, like 10 seconds to get set, the camera started rolling, and then I was getting ready to go. And I took so long, the director, Bill, told the cameraman, okay, cut. And so I went down the hill, took an amazing fall, hilarious, lay there actually groaning, and they said, oh, we weren't rolling, we weren't ready. So I had to do it again. Oh, yeah.
Now later on in the show, in the Adventures of Bill deal, we're going to be doing some bungee jumping, but it's just a little bit of a preview here. I had driven up. He told me to meet him at the cliff because, oh, he'd already. No, Bill, come on down. Come on. No, I don't want. Bill, I don't want a guide. I don't. No, you come. All right. You know, if the mountain won't come to, well, you know. So I got up there. This is later.
So this is called the Devil's Punch Bowl. It's in Hamilton, Ontario. It's a natural feature. It used to be the edge of Lake Ontario, and now as the Great Lakes drained out over the since the last ice age, there's this sort of fake shore, or ancient shoreline that's now a cliff. The fun part about this is that I am very nervous around heights. So. And there's always, of course, we break off the mirrors. The mirrors break off.
Meanwhile, back at the bungee hill, it's time for Adventures with Bill. And Bill, interesting. A lot of people carry fry pans in their coveralls, apparently, since the gas shortage, I guess. And he had one of those eggs that, oh, I see. Oh, I remember those. Yeah, they had.
So these are women's stockings that came in an egg. I think they were called legs with 2 G's. And I don't know if this is still funny or even if they still make those stockings. I'm not really buying that many.
I would say, on a regular basis. Anyway, what he lacks in brains, he makes up for in quantity. And
How long before Bill notices?
They just seem to, keep on, they keep on coming.
The nice thing about the overalls was you could pack a ton of stuff in there, and we often did.
The idea here, you're saying, what the heck, I thought they were bungee jumping, but this is the deal. See what he's got here? Rather than spending $100 on a bungee cord,
we start tying it together.
Pairs of $2 pantyhose. Eh? That's the kind of logic that, of course, he's using my money, so he couldn't. Anyway, you're going to tie them all together. One knot is a real good test of your knots. That's a reef knot for you young folks, and so he's tied about 150 pairs or so, or 100 pairs or something together. And now I got the end there. He wants me to tie that around the ankles. See, and that's a very important part. And this is where you really need a decent knot. Here is wire up down there, and. I was a little bit worried, but not nearly as much as I would have been if it had been me going over the edge. Yeah, we see you, Bill. Yep. And I hope they're rated for about 180-pound test, those units. And one size jumps all kind of a deal. So while I'm going to tie that thing to a tree,
so that he can jump. Bill, he's kind of hyperactive. He's got to move himself closer to the edge. Be careful there, Bill. It's not completely level. It's not. There's an angle. See that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's an angle. You might fall. Oh, you did. All right. I didn't notice this right off. I thought, well, it's odd that the cord's going out, but I'm not going to pay that much time. All of a sudden, boy, she really started flying out there. And then I grab it, because I got to stop it from leaving, because I know what's going on. And boy, you pull him to force. Oh my gosh, he's a heavy fella. Something's got to stop me. There we go. And then he bounces back up, and I get a bit of break. But of course, what I didn't realize, he kind of goes back down again on that. And I try to be a patient person, but you can tire of a hobby in a big hurry. And I'm thinking, I'll just start pulling him up. So
That was very cleverly done. I just stood there going up and down, and then they inverted the shot, so it looked like I was hanging upside down.
Boy, I really get one. Up you go. That's a reverse bungee. That feels good. Oh.
And again, no professional stunt people involved, just Red and Bill.
One more jump, eh, Bill? What do you say? One more. Come on, fella.